ones.
They're great.
They are.
I
They're
tell
fabulous.
you, it's wonderful. Try them all.
Mm-hmm. We are in such trouble tonight.
We're already having a great time here on Cookin' Cheap, and we haven't done anything yet. No, what happens is there's just nothing more devastating to talent such as yourself and myself. People who are used to dealing with the public.
Right.
When you're getting ready to perform to your heart's desire and
Right.
just work yourself into a frenzy, and one of the staff members yawns
I know.
as you're getting ready to go on.
Usually we get at least 10 minutes
Mr.
into
Andre
the show
Burroughs,
before
ladies and
that.
gentlemen, up in the rafters, the great yawner up in the rafters up there today. He's also one of the great sneezers of our
I
time.
know.
He's
Poor
one of the
boy
great
has
sneezers. And look
allergies.
at him. He looks so excited to be up there, too. Of course, if all you had to do was look down on top of our heads, don't you think that?
We
yeah,
were pretty
yes,
excited,
that's
too,
pretty
don't
exciting. Doug Patterson.
Hey, Larry Bly.
Thank you very much.
I
And we're
forgot who you
Cookin'
were
Cheap.
for a second.
Yes, indeed, we are. Let's see what we're going to do. Let's bring in the
Whoa,
witch.
here she is. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, teeny weeny little. We must not be doing much today.
A tiny letter from some of our tiny viewers. Little sets.
Yeah,
Guys,
that would be us.
I'm looking for a squashy, ricey, pilafy, nutty, cheesy, turnipy kind of meal. Any suggestions?
Wow.
Twink McGillicuddy from Mason Jar, Tennessee.
I think I remember
Well,
him.
I tell you, Twink, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, I tell you what, it just so happens we're going to do all of those.
Good thing we brought all this stuff, isn't it?
Oh, I know, the Veggie show, squash, that's the squashy part, squash fritters.
Yep.
Rice pilaf, that's the ricey pilafy part.
Yes, it is.
And the nutty cheesy turnips are the nutty cheesy turnipy
Turnip thingy.
but
Whatever.
no, so. Sent in by a fan. You know, I didn't give credit to anybody the last show. I don't know. Well, I gave credit to the only person that didn't
'Cause
put
I
their
only had
name
a
on the sheet of
fan.
paper. Yeah. Mine, which is rice pilaf, sent in by a viewer, Fouts.
A what?
It says by a viewer, Fouts, by the name of Fouts. A lot of Foutses around.
Yep.
And yours is sent in by a fan.
By Juanita Connor.
Juanita.
Juanita, I'm sorry.
Juanita
Connor
Connor
from
of
Roanoke, right
all
here
the
in
way
Roanoke.
From Roanoke, Virginia.
Ooh.
I didn't even know we were coming in there.
She spent a lot of money to get that here.
And the nutty cheesy turnips was sent in by a fan, and we'll have lovely Doris, who has been complaining just a little bit off camera that her recipes were unnecessarily long and cumbersome.
She has more time than
She
all
does.
of us put
Well, I
together.
know she's been retired for like 62 years. She's been retired. And she's getting huffy now.
Is she?
She's getting really huffy. Going to lay off the 62-year routine.
You know what I found out the other day, speaking of which? A friend of mine, my age, our age, even though I am a tad older than you are, I know, I had to say it, retired. Is that not fair?
Oh, no, that's not right.
And it wasn't a health problem.
That's not right.
I know.
Military?
No.
Post office?
Sales.
Sales?
I know. Doesn't that just frost your cookies?
No,
Well,
what
it
do you...
did mine.
Makes me mad.
I'm gonna
oh,
make
you know
some
what I got to do? I do have to do one thing.
And that would be...
But I forget exactly what it is. No, I have to take a cup of long grain rice because I got to get this going or it won't be done. And put it in some boiling water.
Yum.
So we can get that going. And then we'll add some other things to it.
Beauteous.
Rice pilaf, nothing to it. If you don't believe me, watch me go to my car in 3 minutes. Go ahead.
I'm going to take a cup and a quarter of self-rising flour, put that in a bowl. Wasn't that clever? You're going to add the next ingredient, half a teaspoon of sugar. There we go. 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. You're going to mix these 6 ingredients together first.
Well, I keep getting emails about you, Doug.
One.
One wrote this morning that felt you didn't look in the camera very enough.
Well, you know, here's my problem. I'm a stage actor, ladies and gentlemen. There's a camera facing me right straight ahead like the audience usually is. We don't talk off to the side through our mouth in the theater. So I am really sorry, but that's the way it is. I forgot how many I put in. Oh, well, we'll stop.
If in doubt,
Stop.
stop.
A half a cup of sour cream. Don't you love this little idea?
Boy, I'm just a boiling this rice. This is one
I
of
think
my
Doris
more
and I should-
exciting recipes.
We could have brought you in like Doris, like we do with Doris.
Bring me in like the witch. I'd like to swing in one day. I'd just like to swing in.
Well, you usually do.
He'd like to throw me, he said.
Throw Mama from the train.
I tell you, you know,
You take an egg.
it has been a mean-spirited bunch down here
I know.
today.
It's not been very nice.
It really hasn't. I've had my feelings hurt several times.
Have you? I know. You're going to yell at me for using the measuring spoon,
Oh, for
aren't
heavens.
you?
It's just so dopey when you do that.
Come on. It's very
It's
tasteful.
just, I mean, people accuse us of being unprofessional as it is, but that goes beyond the pale.
Well, Jim has threatened me because he has to do the dishes today.
So he says use little utensils.
Use everything you possibly can.
Do you know that right here in Roanoke, I was down on the farmer's market shopping for fresh vegetables the other day, and a sweet lady came rolling up to me and says, "You're Larry Bly." She says, "My husband and I love your show." But she says, I got to tell you, I think she was once the editor of House and Garden magazine and Family Circle. This woman had credentials like this. And I said, don't tell me that we do a lot of things wrong on the show. And she says, I don't even want to get started. But
Really?
she says, it's okay. We have a good time. We laugh. That's all that's important.
Oh,
Go ahead. What are you doing?
I put in a tablespoon of oil, and now we're going to mix this all together if I don't throw it all over me. Oh, well, I'm just making a big mess over here. Sorry, Jim. And then we're going to, oh my golly. So anyway, what?
Well, that's quite a mess you're making there.
But isn't it starting to look semi-yummy?
Okay, I've got your bouillon cubes. 2 of them.
They're not mine.
Actually, I had bought 2 things of chicken stock. It calls for either chicken stock or chicken bouillon cubes. I wish I had my mortar and pestle here. Can you believe
Would you like me to hold this for you?
I just want to smash it up a little bit because this has got to cook in real time, and I don't want all this stuff coming out in little chunks in my mouth. And I think I lost a half a cube, so I'm going to put another one in there. So now it is up to 2.5 things. I do, if you get these fresh and you put them in a mortar and pestle, you smash them and they're just wonderful. It's just instantly done. There you go, see? Makes a nice powder. Put that in there, in your stock. This stuff seems to be getting pretty thick. I guess it's supposed to. What? Put the lid on so it doesn't steam away, Doris says. Yes, Doris, put a lid on it. Okay, and turn it down. Now, I also have to put a little bit of margarine in there, but unfortunately, I don't have a knife. I'll use this one.
Oh,
What did you use this knife for? How long has it been laying back here?
a week.
Oh, well, that's better than usual. All right.
Well, I'm grating.
How much butter?
need
I can't
3
remember.
No one's listening. Can I go ahead? Oh, hi.
Go ahead.
What you do is coarsely grate 3 cups of yellow squash. I love yellow squash.
Oh, I do too. You ever grill it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, ah.
Yummy, yum, yum, yum. So I'll be grating until... And then you're going to add that to that cloth, which I think there's something wrong. I think something's missing from this thing. Because it sure is.
I'm looking for an
Gooey.
1/8 of a teaspoon. There we are. I now have to add to this an 1/8 of a teaspoon of thyme. And so we're going to put that in there.
Ooh,
I think
sorry.
that's a hefty 1/8 of a teaspoon. And a tablespoon of parsley.
Parsley, say.
It would be nice if we had fresh. You don't necessarily need it for this particular recipe. The parsley's not coming out very well. There we go. Put that in there. That's close. And diddle that around. And that's the recipe.
That's it?
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Well,
There
goodness.
ain't no more to it than that.
Well, here I am,
About
still
that simple.
grating away until...
And I stretched that for 5 minutes. Don't you think that was incredible?
Yeah.
Now
great.
that has to boil for 20 minutes.
Oh, so that's all you're going to do?
So for the next 20 minutes, I'm just going to sit down over here,
Would you?
and that's it. That's all there is
Wow.
to it. Now we're going to watch you just
Grater.
scrape and
That looks...
bow.
Doesn't that look like the greatest of plenty?
That's beautiful. It really is.
Thank you. I'm tired of doing this. I've been grading for 3 weeks.
Well, there's just nothing
Oops.
exciting about
I'm
grating.
not through. I'm grating a medium onion now.
Oh, he's grating a medium onion.
This is a great grater. I don't know where Doris got this, but this is fabulous.
Now watch you don't open your knuckles on that thing. I'm always so fearful that I'm going to do something to my hand.
Oh, I know. But they have those fancy ones now that you can get, and you know, it sounds really lame. Oh, Lord.
Well, they have new ones that have what? Little guards on them?
Yeah.
Oh, do
But
they?
you can put them over a bowl, and you do it this way instead of this
Oh,
way.
for
you
heaven's sake, what
Okay,
next?
well,
People have
excuse
just
me.
gotten to be such wimps.
Well, they're not inventing anything, so that's...
Well, I guess you're right. There's nothing left to invent. Well, I don't know whether it smells like rice pilaf or not. I don't know what rice pilaf is supposed to smell like. Oh. I'm
Okay.
having a good time.
Are you?
No.
That's one of us.
Really, I'm
Okay, I'm
sort
sure
of
of that,
nervous
too.
that you're not going to be able to stretch this for the rest of the show.
Now we add this to this. Mmm.
Someone could have stepped on that squash piece and hurt themselves.
Well, it would have killed some time.
Might kill some crew.
Well,
Wonder if this needs salt. It doesn't call for any salt. Will you imagine with all that bouillon, it wouldn't need salt? Doris, the definitive expert here in the Cookin' Sheep kitchen, says no. If you use all that bouillon, you don't need to add any salt. Because it's just nothing but like bouillon, it's like a chicken squeezed down into a little square, is what it is. And salt.
well, this
Lots
is
of salt.
just
Well, look at this. Isn't this pretty?
not really.
A mess.
I know.
Now, what did you put in there?
Squash and the onions to that
Oh, okay.
to that other mixture.
Ah.
And I was wondering why, it was kind of gloppy, but now it's starting to loosen up a little bit.
Now it's just gloopy.
Yeah. Gloopy, hang
Gloppy.
on, gloopy.
Hang on. Gloopy.
And then we're going to drop it in some Earl and fry these little babies up for you, Lair.
Ooh, so these are true fritters.
Yeah. That's why it's called squash fritters.
Haven't we done squash fritters before?
I never have.
We did.
Well-
Laban and I did squash fritters a couple of years ago. They
Well,
were
I'm-
wonderful.
I'm new. I don't know.
And I recall that mine were a little watery because I didn't squeeze all the juice out of them.
Well, they don't tell you to squeeze anything.
I knew that would make him nervous.
I hate
What? That's right. Look
Oh,
at that. That's amazing. Hammerstrom has caught on to the show. He's figured it out.
I've got Carol telling me all
It's Miss Carol, who never forgets anything.
well, I'm so impressed
She
now
never
that this
forgets
is
It was. That
because
was.
it was horrible. I was panicking
What's that?
because it was a big
Blob.
blob.
We have to work it a little. Work it. Work it.
baby,
Well, how long are you going to do that?
until the cows come. Okay, I'm through.
I
You
can
happy
tell you this,
now?
The herd has come and gone.
And now you take a taste. You drop this by.
Not with a plastic spoon, you
it
don't.
says tablespoons. The only one I can get my hands on.
Oh, it makes me nervous to watch him do this. You're not supposed to be get here. Use a real spoon next to that oil.
Oh,
You're
he's
gonna,
such a
you're gonna
weenie.
burn that thing all to pieces.
Yeah.
See, now doesn't that work better?
Yeah, fine, great, whatever.
Do you not have like utensils around your home?
No, I'm poor.
He's an actor.
I'm a poor
he can't
actor.
afford utensils.
Smells good.
Oh, wow. Now you got to salt and pepper it and stuff?
The salt's already in it,
Oh.
but I'm not sure I put enough. And it
Maybe
didn't,
you
didn't
got
call
any
for
bouillon?
pepper.
I need a spoon.
And you can only turn these little babies once, they tell you.
Oh, this is just going too strong, too fast. It's going to boil dry is what it's going to
Now
do.
tell me this is not good, looking good to you.
Oh, it's beautiful. It really is just beautiful. We're going to give the recipes here in a minute.
Hey, doesn't Doris's take like 5 years to do?
Oh, I was blowing my rice pilaf and I blew it all off the spoon. Back, Racky? That's pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. Of course, there's nothing to go wrong with the recipe. There's virtually nothing that can go wrong with the recipe unless you burn it. I'm going to put that down on minimum because the rice is already done. I got some of that success rice stuff. It only takes 10 minutes. Because, you know, in real-time TV, ooh, is that beautiful? Is that gorgeous?
Ooh, thank you, crew.
Let's see if you can do that 3 times.
Oh, you big dog.
Whoa.
I got jinxed. Hey, they're getting huffy down here.
Well, it's been a long day for everyone.
Ooh, a little toasty there, but
Been a
nonetheless
long day.
good.
That's gorgeous. So then all you do is just brown it on both
You brown
sides.
them
and
on
that's
both
it.
sides, and then they are just ready to indulge.
Oh, and you smell that onion.
You know what this is almost like? Potato pancakes. How about throwing a big old
Oh,
wad of sour cream on top of these?
whenever I do mashed potatoes, I make enough, about twice as many as I need, and I put onions, chop them up, put them in there, and put them in a fridge overnight.
Ooh, ooh,
And then the
ooh,
next
ooh,
day,
ooh, ooh.
there you go. That's beautiful. Let me give you my recipe.
Okay.
Rice pilaf, 2 cups of low-fat chicken broth, or 2 chicken bouillon cubes, and 2 cups of water. Did I put 2 cups of water? Oh, yeah, there's 2 cups of water. Well, originally there was 2 cups in there. A cup of long grain rice, what was that? Yeah, okay. Cup of long grain rice uncooked, a tablespoon of margarine, 1/8 of a teaspoon of thyme, and a tablespoon of parsley. And yours?
Mine sent in by Juanita Connor. Squash fritters, 1 1/4 cup self-rising flour, 1/2 a teaspoon of sugar, 3/4 of a teaspoon
You
salt.
have a big piece of squash on the side of your nose.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. Oh, no, now you've just smeared it.
Oh.
Oh, dear. It's, sorry. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. Can I go ahead?
Make up.
1/2 a cup of sour cream, 1 egg beaten, tablespoon of oil, 3 cups coarsely grated yellow squash, and 1 medium onion coarsely grated. Combine the first 6 ingredients, then beat until smooth, sort of, and then put in your squash, and you fry them in hot grease until golden brown, turning uno. That would be once.
And there they are, golden brown.
And aren't they gorgeous?
You're going to take your first batch out and put them, you're going to soak up a little of that 10 gallons of oil.
Well,
You got to have oil, though.
how
you
about
know?
it? I mean, do you want fritters, or do you want?
I
like,
know. I used to have a friend say, "Well, give me some eggs, and by the way, don't use any grease or anything."
Then what's the
You
point?
can't do that. I'm sorry. You have to have something. You got to have some kind of oil to fry things.
Otherwise, you're in deep doo-doo.
Well, you are.
Yeah. Oops. You
Okay.
lost that one.
Well, that is so pretty. I can hardly wait to get my tooth on one.
How about it?
Well, let's see you drop a couple more.
Okay.
The pan.
Boy, these poor people tuned in for this thrilling evening. Whoa.
Well, I don't know. I think it's always pretty wonderful to see a recipe come out beautifully.
Do you
and this one
know,
certainly
somebody
has.
stopped me, and now this is going to sound really stupid. They caught me in Kirk Alley.
Oh, no, not there.
Yes, and this woman and man came up to me and says, I want to tell you, we love your show. And I said, oh, well, thank you so much. She says, yep, it's the perfect accompaniment to cocktails. It's at the perfect time. And I said, well, that's probably the only way you really want to look at that show is through a little haze.
Yeah. Let's bring in the lovely Doris.
What's
who
she
has, well, she has some incredible recipe today.
I heard took for 3 weeks for
Oh,
the
she
poor
just-
woman to
She
do.
has just been ranting and moaning and groaning and complaining, but she loves it. Well, it smells great. What is it?
I had to make,
Are those little bows?
yes,
Yeah.
they are bows.
Yeah, bows. They also
Bows.
make good speakers, I understand. What?
I had to make a nutty cheese turnips, and it takes 2 cups of diced peeled turnips, 2 cups of sliced peeled carrots, 1 1/2 cups peeled potatoes, diced, 1/2 cup peppers,
You seem to be straining a little, Doris.
diced, a
No,
fourth.
hold on. Listen, now just take it easy, Doris. Don't be
Well,
nervous.
I didn't know if I had to hurry.
Don't be nervous.
Okay, 1/4 a teaspoon of ground ginger, 3/4 cup water, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup chopped onions, 1/2 cup chopped celery, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of plain flour.
No, that's 3 tablespoons. of
3,
plain.
right, you're right.
Oh, it's so much fun to correct you.
I'll get y'all for that one. See if I bake
I
anything
never
next week.
said a word. honey.
You want to get the big stuff.
That's it.
1/4 a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 1/2 cup sweet milk, 1 cup of shredded cheddar mild cheese, 1/3 a cup of very fine chopped pecans.
No.
And it's sort of sloshed all over in the
Now,
car.
we're going to make you read
but-
that whole list until you
Till I
can read
get
it
it
without
right.
mistakes, okay?
Okay.
No, I'm
But,
joking. Go ahead.
I cooked part of it yesterday because it took so long. But you had to cook your turnips, carrots, peppers, and ginger and water all at one time. And then you save your broth, you know, the juice.
It's not a very attractive dish.
Well,
Jeez, nice, Larry.
Well, it isn't. It's not a pretty dish. It looks to me like it needs like breadcrumbs on it or something.
well, it has the nuts, but you put them in with the vegetables. Maybe if you wanted
Don't
to be
even
real fancy, you could sprinkle those on top. But see, you're supposed to serve it right from the dinner. You know, you're not supposed to bring it down here for an hour and a half and
Yeah.
sit here and whatever. You take it off the stove and
We
put it
shouldn't
on
come
your
here for
table.
an hour and a half.
I had someone come to a party recently, and all of his baked beans flew off the back seat.
Well, look at this. It just
We're
made a
talking an
terrible
angry
mess.
person here, huh?
But it tastes quite good. You know, you make a cream sauce with your
Ooh, cream
milk
sauce.
and your water, and mix it in with the vegetables. And I thought it tasted pretty good. Want me to put it back and heat it up a little bit?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's heat it up a little bit. Oh, this is too much fun. Were you going to heat it up in the regular oven? We have
No, no.
time. Or do you want to put it in here? Here's a 3-shot. We don't get this very often.
Hey, hi
do we?
everybody.
Can you reach it? We have a little step ladder for her, but we forgot to bring it out today. What do you want it set for? 2 or 3?
Isn't this interesting? Boy. Oh, a startling shot of Larry's finger putting the microwave on. Fabulous. You're
Okay.
just sort of like the Carol
I
Merrill
can.
of this, aren't you?
Oh, you're on batch number 3.
No, I'm on 2.
Oh, is that? Oh, now here's my rice pilaf. It's all pilafed now.
Has it? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm so delighted.
Here it is.
How come these aren't
It's
browning
just
as
so
well as
pretty.
the other ones?
Well, I think it came out pretty good. It's not too runny and it's not too goopy. It's just right. And that's pretty fluffy rice.
I remember her.
Fluffy rice.
Yeah.
She was a fan dancer,
I think
wasn't
so.
she?
Yeah.
As I recall. Here we go. Isn't that nice? It smells like, don't you think it smells like what rice pilaf ought to smell like?
I guess.
Yeah, she's got her snoot in it. She guesses. All right, well, I've had it. I'm going over to the table. I'm hungry.
Okay, here I
wanna
come.
Go over and I think 15 or 20 of those is plenty for us, Doug.
I was told to stretch.
You'll be stretched if you eat all that. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
54 seconds, you can bring the glop over.
Here we. Oh, I nearly took off my neck.
Well, I tell you what. Oh, she already had a spoon over here for me. No wonder she was.
What did I knock over? Ooh, the salt.
Uh-oh. Little salt over the shoulder. What's that mean? Means you won't have any bad luck?
Yeah.
It just
Well,
means
I think it's too late for that.
it really is. Well, the rice pilaf looks wonderful.
There you
Oh,
go.
I can hardly wait to get my
Want another?
fingers on a fritter. I want some pepper. Is this pepper?
Yeah.
Isn't pepper supposed to be the big,
This is the one I
the
knocked
3 one?
over.
Okay, that's pepper. I love pepper on everything.
Okay.
Don't have a separate spoon for this, so I'll just go on ahead and use this one.
Okay. Oh. Throw some of that on there, would you?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to throw some on you.
Thank God.
Okay.
Well, this is very veggie.
You
We
know,
should
I
be-
think
we
every
should
year
make-
they put these seats down about 3 more inches. One of these days, we'll be sitting here looking up over the table. Either that or these chairs are giving out.
Oh, good.
Not sure
Thanks
exactly.
for telling me.
Well, I'm sorry. That's very encouraging,
Ow.
isn't it?
I just bit my tongue.
Oh, that's great.
On the pilaf. Ooh, the pilaf is good.
The fritters are fritiful.
Are they?
They're wonderful. Those are great. If you like fritters, these are just heavenly. And the rice pilaf is real simple. Bet you didn't know that.
Oh, those are good. Of course, I love yellow squash in any form. Okay, time for
The only
Miss
thing
Garza.
simpler than this recipe for rice pilaf is just buy a box of that stuff. You open a box and an envelope.
This is really good.
What?
Miss Doris.
Doris's thing? It's
Like-
kind of crunchy. What's all that crunchy stuff in there?
It's probably your teeth.
What's got nuts in there?
Oh.
I am the happy owner today of a plastic molar.
Are you? Mm-hmm. Well,
It's
congratulations.
kind of big and flat. They actually saw it on me for 2 hours the other day.
Oof. Sorry.
But the good news is I'm going to have a brand new gorgeous crown that I will pay a fortune for that no one will ever see.
Yes.
But
We'll have to point it out.
yeah. Anyway, well, this is a good meal.
Good vegetarian.
It is.
I have to ask a stupid question.
Vegetarian meal. What?
Do turnips taste like potatoes?
I don't think they do. A lot of people do, you know, say, well, you can substitute turnips for potatoes. But
Really?
I think you can tell. I can.
I can't.
They have a different consistency, and yeah, they're a little bit tart on the edges.
Aren't we all?
Well, well, this is real good.
Because I can't tell the difference. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, there is a difference.
Okay, fine.
There is a difference. You can't tell the difference between tuna fish and a fine steak, but, you know.
I'll be doing a solo act next week.
So low, no one can hear it. Well, I could just sit here and eat all day. In fact, I feel like I have.
Which we pretty much have done.
But seriously, folks, thanks for stopping into Cookin' Cheap set.
And to all you vegetarians out there, thank you for these recipes.
This is
Yummy.
a great meal. Yes, indeed. You come back next week now, you him. Bye. it.